This is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh, Jah.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers from Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Towel, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Oh, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. 'Cause the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak.
Good afternoon, good day. It's a wonderful Tuesday and so good to be here with you today. Yes, this Pearly in the house filling in for Naughty today. Got a little medical issues, so he's taking care of that. He kind of get his back crack or something wrong with him. But I'm here. I'm here to fill in for him today. Let's have some fun today. You know, today is Grand Bahama Day, so we expect to hear from Sarah and Darren pretty soon. But just before we get to that, you need to become a talking head. Let me tell you how.
Here's how you can become a talking head. Brought to you by BTC.
You can call me at 323-6232. That's 323-6232. 325-4316, 325-4316, or 325-6259. Sorry, 325-6259. Correct me, 325-4259. Where are you getting that from? 325-4259, or toll free 5720. Or you can always text me at the text line, which is powered by BTC 422-4796. That's 422-4796. These glasses must be doing a little tripping on me today. But it's good to be here. It's a nice warm 80 degrees today. Oh my goodness. I need a little cold front, man. A little too little warm for me right now. You know, January, February, you like to see that little cold front, you know, especially with Valentine's coming up, you want to be cold a little bit. So you can find ways to keep yourself warm, you know. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into what's going on in the headlines.
It's time for Headliners. Everything that's making headlines in the 242. Brought to you by the Fine Threads.
Let's look at what's going on in the Nassau Guardian today. Murders rose 9% in 2024. Police say overall crime decreased by 10%. Complaints against police climb. PM Bahamas will find new trade partners. And the government signs a $100 million line of credit with IDB for water and sewage corporation improvements. Very interesting. In the business section, Davis to IDB remove or raise the cap on policy-based loans. In this era of climate change, given the unprecedented scale of our needs, it is time to rethink the percentage of funds. Central Bank commercial credit grew by $350 million last year. Among critical topics of interest at BHTA in 2025 and the BCCEC, some businesses stockpile goods ahead of tariffs. Government signs 100 line of credit with the IDB for water and sewage improvements. And in the Grand Bahama news, holistic approach to the sale of Grand Lucaya and the airport project. PM says developer will create something spectacular. Boy, we heard that before. But anyway, it's good to be here with you. You got Sarah them here? Sarah and Darren? Yes, Sarah?
I'm here. Darren's trying to get on the line soon.
Okay, tell him, hurry. How you doing, darling? How are you doing, Sarah? So good to hear your voice today. What's up?
Well, I feel a lot better. Last week I was really sick, but I can't lie. I had to drink some Cerecy last night, and thank God. But that bush medicine works.
But you know, at our age, we can't dress sexy no more. You got to put on extra clothes this time of the year, you know.
But it's hot. I don't know where the cold front went.
I would
like the cold to come back.
I know, me too. I just said I wish it would be cold again.
I'm with you all the way. Yeah, Darren's going to try and tune in. He usually goes down to the harbor on Tuesdays, and then he tries to catch us as we do the story. So I've reminded him, and I play his secretarial services on Tuesday. So hopefully he will chime in soon.
Okay.
And he remembers the Zoom link because he always forgets.
Don't feel bad. I have to save it in my phone because I keep forgetting myself. So I'll be getting at that point in life that, these numbers. I remember back in the day, I used to, when I was young, high school, but I used to remember like 10 and 20 different girl phone numbers. Now I can barely remember my own number. So let alone the Zoom, right?
I think that's the only number I know. I don't even know my kids because it's automatically saved in my phone.
Exactly.
Or I ask Siri to find it for me, which is even worse.
Exactly.
How lazy are we?
It's made us lazy when it comes to numbers and stuff like that.
100%. I'm going to remind Darren now the link because I know he's going to ask me for it.
I don't feel. The other day I pulled off from a place. I said, "Oh my goodness, I left my phone there," and I'm panicking and spinning back around and running back to the place. And come to find out the phone had fallen out my jacket on the ground in the car, and I was tripping out. I figured that's like my whole office, my life, everything in that phone.
It is. And how many times you lose it a day? I don't know about you.
I couldn't find it earlier today for a couple of minutes. Call my phone.
Yeah. All right. We're being bad talking about all our old age issues.
Yes,
there we
go. But I always say the only thing a 20-year-old boy could do, I still can't do, is turn 21.
Yeah. I'm counting backwards. I don't know about you, but there we go.
I heard that. So what's going on in Grand Bahama? I see the Prime Minister say a holistic approach to the sale of Grand Lucaya and the airport project. But I mean, let's be honest. You've been hearing this now. This is probably the 5th or 6th time you hear something like this.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. And but I understand, we just want to, if you read the papers today and, not our paper, but the other paper.
Yeah, I heard some company out of Fort Lauderdale, out of Florida.
Out of Miami. It's a Miami-based developer. There's sources identified Concord, Wilshire, which has acquired or undertaken several Florida-based resort renovation projects with hundreds of millions of dollars during its 33-year history as a prospective master developer for Grand Bahama Anchor Resort property. So, that's fantastic news. I'm hoping that the government is doing this deal. Kudos to them if they get it done. We just, we would like to get it done. I think everybody needs to realize, though, for it to happen, it's not going to happen overnight. It would be lovely if you could just boom, brand the hotel and open it up. That's not going to happen.
No.
They're going to need a lot of renovations. They're going to need to do a lot of changes there. But hopefully it is not just they will take the entire property. And if people don't know, our property, our main hotel, kind of like our Atlantis or our Bahama, are 3 separate buildings. Yeah. And they've all been different brands over the time, but they're now considered one big Grand Lucayan. And so I presume they would be taking over all 3 properties and maybe, opening one and renovating the others. I don't know. There's also a golf course that's connected to it, which would be great. There was an additional golf course years ago that would be a great for that to reopen.
That's the Lucayan. That's the Lucayan golf course, right?
Right. So you've got 2.
Time.
And at one point, we had 7 major golf courses. So
7 in Grand Bahama.
Yeah, if you counted all the ones that used to be at the Princess, and then you had West End. They've done everything for again and made it a Jack Nicklaus course. There wasn't 2 others in up in the eastern. Towards the east of Lucaya as well.
Okay.
So we were a huge golfing mecca, but it has changed since then with the closure of Princess. So, I'm presuming this brand, I hope, will also bring golf, which is a key part of most developments, hotel developments now, to fruition and get one of them back on.
So there's
market,
no golf course open right now in Grand Bahama.
No, there is. There's the Reef.
Okay.
The Reef is open now, and that's on every day. And then you have the 9 holes, which is, I'm going to forget the name. I know someone will call in and get it, and I should know it because my son plays there all the time.
Okay.
And so you've got 2 courses, but the old Lucaya would be great to have open, and that's the one that's by Lucayan Towers.
Yeah,
was one of the most beautiful courses. And I
played that
club.
before. That was gorgeous.
It was really stunning.
Yeah.
So if that could come back, that would be amazing. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight, but it is something that would be wonderful for the island. So I do hope they're getting it done. The bigger, part for me, though, is listening to the holistic approach is the airport. And we are hoping that the Honorable Ginger Moxie, when she speaks at Business Outlook, which I think is next week, she will give an update on the airport, because everyone is really anxious about that, because the airport is connected to so many key projects that are important to the island, including the shipyard, which needs to transfer people in and out of the islands. We need much more airlift.
Yeah.
And I did a story with a reporter the other day, and Mr. Forbes, who is the owner of our largest bus company, tour company here on the island, Hadley Forbes, wonderful. To me, we have to stop saying that we don't have an airport. We have an airport. We have a beautiful working airport. We do not have a terminal that we want. We want a better terminal, but most importantly, what we really want is airlift.
Yeah.
And Jamie Sarles, another real estate broker, said that to me the other day as well. It's really airlift. We need increased airlift. And airlift is not only just because you want airlift for more tourists to come in, but we need airlift for, we're all competing with the shipyard to get seats. So, for even for locals to travel in and out. So that's the key thing for us is airlift. We can get people through the terminal. That's not a problem. Would we like a better one? Yes, we would. Do I want the Taj Mahal? No, but I would like a better terminal, but we do need increased airlift. And with that, we also need hotel beds as well.
You have a building that you're calling an airport. A terminal,
a
building that you're calling a terminal. Your tarmac is pretty nice and all that.
Eleuthera and Exuma do huge numbers with their airports, and they cope very well and do a fantastic job. So we realize, we're not asking for this. We really need the airlift. We need more flights coming in. People need to get here. They're struggling to get here. They're having to stay overnight in Nassau and then coming here, which puts an added expense to them when they could come directly in. So, these are options that people will consider when they're looking to travel here. But right now, finding a place to stay is also.
I need to ask you something
you couldn't get in. You wouldn't be able to get into the Pelican Bay for the next 2 weeks. It might be next week. They're filled too. You can't get in Dolphin Cove. You can't get in Island Seas. You can't get in all the Airbnbs are full at the moment because we don't have a key hotel that's taking a lot of this. We need more beds, for people. And you have a large ship come in to go to the shipyard, and let's say they're even carrying a skeleton crew. They're looking at maybe at the most 500 people, and you've got to put them in beds overnight before you ship them out. Where are you going to put them? And then what flights are you going to put them on? We don't have enough flights taking them out. That would mean you'd fill up all the American Airlines flights and all the Western Airs. They'd be full. And then how are the locals going to travel? So these are things that really need to be resolved for us. We're coming back, but we're limping coming back because of these issues.
Well, the Deputy Prime Minister said, and I watched attentively the conclave that they had in Grand Bahama, and he said the hotels are full and Grand Bahama is booming.
It is full. It's not full completely of tourists, but it is full. Then you've also got Carnival here. They've got a large staff of people working here as well. And so that takes up hotel rooms. It takes up Airbnbs. It takes up anything that's available, apartments. So we need more.
So these
for growth.
So these are not necessarily tourists per se. These are actually workers coming in.
We met some people who were, when they come in to do specialized projects at the shipyard. And I don't know if a lot of people know how the shipyard works. And when these ships come in, they're usually doing very quick turnaround fittings for these ships. So they have 3 or 4 days where they're in. Sometimes they're in dock longer, but they have specialized teams that will come in and they have to refit the whole air conditioning for the ship, or they have to do all their refrigerators. And so these are specialized teams that fly in and have to work for 3 or 4 days, night and day, and get it done.
Okay.
Well, they have to have somewhere to stay. So they take up hotel rooms. Then they take all the rental cars. So this is the problem that we have on the island. Not just your tourists are there, but you're also competing with your industrial side of the island. So that's why we're all so adamant that we need, this hotel there for more beds.
So while these workers are coming in, they're basically spending minimal money because they're working. So they're not doing the tourist stuff. They're not going to the big restaurants. They're not buying souvenirs.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
They are.
They're spending money in restaurants. They're definitely there. They're spending money in the supermarket. The fee, the extra money that we get from the shipyard is really fantastic. And I'm sure when you look back at how it used to be, and I'm sure Linda Turnquest and David Scantlebury, who run the shipyard now, probably go in and talk to their people about it. The revenue that we earn is not just from the revenue from the workers they come and stay for a couple of weeks, or their teams come and stay. Then you have, they all shop in our supermarkets. They all eat in our restaurants. They all go to this, shop for their wives or, shop for themselves. Everybody has a benefit from that as well. So, we benefit from both that side of it. Also, we benefit from guests that come down. We have a very big, snowbird market from Canada, really huge. And they're all over the island at the moment. And then it's the quiet one that no one ever talks about. Naughty and I always talk about, which is WASM. We have 100 medical students on the island who have taken up also lots of apartments. They spend money in our supermarkets. They're shopping in our stores. We see them everywhere. They're spending money in our community too, which is huge. And we did a report on it with these reporters that went down, and they gave us these numbers of what they're putting into our market. And it's something, I don't want to quote it wrong, but I want to say it's like 20 million last year they put in alone.
Okay. So, I mean, if I listen to you, it sounds like Grand Bahama is doing very well.
Grand Bahama is doing well, but we are in need of essential services, which is a leading hotel so that we have more beds in it, and we need our airport flights, and that will help us. And then the rest of it is looking good. Carnival is a huge benefit. Six Senses will be another prospect for us, which is more building and residences. And, then there's talk of other things coming too. So, yeah, I'm as everyone knows, I'm very positive. I see the trend going very forward for us, but these two things have to be fixed by our government. And, I'm pleased anytime the Prime Minister says that he's working on it and he's involved with it. And, he knows, I'm quite sure he's very well every day of the pressure that Grand Bahama is putting on him to get this resolved and done. Because this is, his hotel now, and for him to sell and move forward. And the airport is also his now.
So what you're saying is now this time it can happen.
I hope so.
You saying
I hope so. I can,
because I mean, we've
gone through a couple, so
you've heard these announcements.
Positive.
I know, but I mean, it's fine to be positive, but it's also fine to be realistic.
I am being realistic, but I mean, you would like to think he's not going to come up and make a speech about it. Then he knows it's not going to happen,
but
right?
He's done it before.
So, and many have before him as well. So, I mean, but we need it sorted out, and I would hope that that's going to happen.
So I would guess with the new airport terminal, with airlift, you do much better because then you'll be getting tourists in, as opposed to tourists as opposed to tourist workers.
Right, exactly. But I mean, we're doing tourists now, but we're not having as many as we should, not near the numbers that you have. Obviously, we do it with cruise ship numbers as well, but I mean, those are not overnight guests, but we do need to increase our revenue for overnight guests. I mean, I'm not the expert on it. Grand Bahama Island Tourism Board or Tourism Rep would know that, but it is key to what we want and what we need.
Okay. Why don't we take our first break? That's
okay,
fine.
and I can tell you about the rest of the news in Freeport.
And then when we get back, we'll talk more about the rest of the news in Grand Bahama and what else going on in Grand Bahama. This is Pearlie filling in for Naughty on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. It's Grand Bahama Day. We've got Sarah Kirkby on the line, and hopefully Darren will come on pretty soon. But if not, Pearlie and Sarah can handle the situation. We'll be right back.
Already by the guidance, I'll never say what it daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie, I trust and obey. Lost the words of his substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause lost the already by the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the earth be no God, so mythology and illusion.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's been...
The big game is almost here, and the best place to watch it is at Nassau Cruise Port. Join us on Sunday, February the 9th for an unforgettable game day watch party. Huge screens, unbeatable food, and drink specials, and all the game day energy you can handle. Grab your friends, bring your game face, and score big with giveaways, drink discounts, and a chance to win exclusive prizes. Don't miss out on the action. Game day, Nassau Cruise Port, Sunday, February 9th, where every touchdown feels like a win. See you there.
Always on the go? Missed a show? You can now listen to Guardian Radio talk shows anytime, anywhere on Spotify and YouTube by searching Guardian Radio 96.9 FM or by entering the name of your favorite show. You can also listen by logging on to GuardianTalkRadio.com and clicking on the podcast tab. Guardian Radio, continuing to provide you with fresh news and smart talk anywhere, anytime, all day.
Pinder is carrying a new line of tile, the Sky series of porcelain. It comes in 4 colors, Sky Noir, Sky Azure, Sky Gris, and this one, Sky Glance. In this particular tile, I think you'll find coin gray, silver gray, cloud gray, and gray. All of these are seamlessly blended to make the Sky Glance one beautiful tile. The Sky series of porcelain comes in 2 formats, 24 by 24 at 54 at $5.25 a square foot.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John's Shoes.
Not even the dogs that piss against the walls of Babylon shall escape the wrath I come to pour. And I shall burn them and burn them continuously, for they never cease to oppress the poor. Oh, please, my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. Order my steps, oh Jah. The way is dark and I'm alone, but still I fear no foe, no. 'Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek.
And welcome back to Talking Heads on a Tuesday afternoon here on Guardian Radio. It's 96.9 FM. Yes, this is Pearlie in the house. I have all the way from Grand Bahama, Sarah Kirkby in. Sarah, we haven't...
So hopefully he might tune in, but he's a busy man. Let's hope he can.
I understand. So, I understand that Grand Bahama has a new fire... Well, I don't want to say new. It's new to Grand Bahama.
Right.
But you got a fire truck now.
We do. We have a fire truck, which is great news. But it does bring us to mind what's going to happen with the current trucks that we do have. So this story kind of brings you up to date with what's happening, the 5 trucks that are there that needs to be repaired. The fact that we've been using the airport truck as a backup was very scary.
Yes.
Because obviously if a flight's coming in, it has to go back to the flight. So this is great that this truck is here and being in service. And I think it's Minister Monroe who says in our article that they are looking for a new plan of additional trucks that they're bringing in for the Bahamas. And we seem to be on that list of to receive some. So I'm hoping that's going to happen. And I know that Minister Thompson, Kwesi Thompson, is, they're also looking to have one in the east or the west of the island, which really is imperative.
So how do you go from 5 fire trucks to none? How does that happen?
Well, as from everything I've heard, it's Dorian.
Okay.
They all would have gone under. in that storm. They were in that particular space where it would have gone under.
Yes, okay.
I'm trying to remember at the time if they were still by the children's home. If they were, then they definitely went under because the children's home went under as well, and that was almost to like 75% under. So, and then it's moved to a new area, but again, that area also went under as well. So, yeah, it would have been both areas affected. Sorry. And so I believe some were in working order. There's parts and things like that. I mean, I don't know. It's not a story because I had presumed, that everything was okay. I hadn't heard any issues. I knew that there was a problem getting fire trucks in the new fire station building. That I heard was an issue, but I hadn't heard that they weren't in working order.
All right.
So this is, something that needs to be resolved, obviously, as quick as possible. And, I mean, I don't know what it's like to get parked.
Because by the time a fire truck drive, if there's a fire in West End or if there's a fire in East End, by the time the fire truck get in the building, it'll be burning down, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Wow. So this is something.
Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, I'm happy that you have it.
I'm hoping that the attention that all the newspapers have brought to this as well, the TV stations will really make this imperative to get this sorted out.
I hope so. This is needed.
And, we're in that season. We just had a bunch of bushfires.
Yeah.
And usually you let them burn out till they get close to the properties. I've had one around my house before, and it's pretty terrifying. And the firemen who sorted it out were pretty amazing, but they wait and they put it out around your house, but they let the blaze, it needs to be cleaned out. But again, like I said last time when we discussed this issue, we wouldn't be in this issue if a lot of people wouldn't throw bottles in the bush.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
A lot of the issue
Stop littering.
Falls blame on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the littering. And I can't say littering's getting any better, which just does my head in.
But you know something? I don't see litter in Grand Bahama. I think Grand Bahama is probably the cleanest island in the country.
Well,
at least Freeport.
I should say at least
Freeport.
When we do have it, you see it even more.
Yeah.
Because we're not used to having it. And when people throw stuff out, we're like, are you kidding me? We keep our place clean. They just say, well, someone else will pick it up. And I find that the worst statement than anyone could ever say. So, this is a big concern. And when these fires are ridiculous, and we live on an island where we recycle the best beer in the Bahamas, which is Sands beer. So none of these bottles should be thrown in the bush. They should all be recycled and sent back to Jimmy.
That's something. Sands is a Grand Bahama Bay and Kalik is Nassau. Kalik, give me the feeling. I got a couple of
times. bandwagon.
I'm not a big beer drinker. In my young days, until I got this gut, and I decided that I would cut that out a little bit. So I'm not a huge beer drinker. But when I do have one, I'll usually a collect, but we'll see how I can do for Sands.
No, you need to get onto the Sands.
Amen.
You're in Sands country here.
I understand.
And it needs to spread, but it's a great beer. So.
Well, when in Rome, you do as the Romans do. I'm a little bit
biased to that.
No, when in Rome and when I'm in Grand Bahama, I do as the Grand Bahamians do.
Rome, honey, in the Bahamas. You want to go to Abaco, you're only going to have Sands. You're going to go to Lutheran Exuma, you're going to have Sands.
That's true. Ever so true.
I see that Darren's going to join us. So before he goes, let me just tell you about a couple other things.
Okay.
I want to remind you about the Tour de Grand Bahama. It's a really big thing here with the bikers on the island.
Yeah.
They do a great job. It's a very safe place to bike because we do have a lot of roads.
Space, yeah.
So I would encourage you to read about it. They're also trying to bring a lot of youth into this organization. So it's a great
Do they get a lot
great story today.
Do they get a lot of international riders come in or just locals?
No, they have international, Nassau, all the other islands, and international. You read about it in the story today.
Okay. Page 3.
And also, there's a young lady, Cami Roach, who's coming over from Nassau to defend her title. So we're looking forward to seeing Cami.
Okay.
But I want to talk about my favorite school, Walsum. I was there the other day. They've also gained another accreditation, which is another hat in their feather.
Super.
So they now have, they are a medical school here.
Yes.
They had to go through proper grading and in order to get to the next level, they do I think they do a couple of years here, and then you've got to go and work at a hospital and do your residency. So you have to get accreditations to get the testing to go into these. And they now have that for Canada and the United States.
Wonderful.
It's really big news for them.
Wonderful, yes.
And they had, when we did our story, they had, I want to say 15 or 20 advisors come from other colleges around the States and Canada coming to visit the school, meet the students. I met this beautiful girl from Tennessee who's here, and how much she's enjoyed being here. And it really is a great story. We've become a really nice college town because of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's amazing what they're bringing to our community. I think a lot of people don't realize, because it's hidden and tucked away on one of our main streets, how impressive and how amazing this school is. So I would look for more stories on it, but it's really impressive.
Does it have a lot of Bahamian students, or they're just international students? Or
it has both, but the Bahamian students, the ones that I have met, are on scholarship, full scholarships.
Okay.
They have, I believe, I want to say it's 8 students, 4 that are currently in the program on the island, and 4 that are already doing their residencies in the States.
Okay.
One of the young girls I met is from Nassau. She was lovely, and she was actually training on their simulation. They actually have these dolls that they work on.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And they're doing tours soon so everyone can see them, and they make noises and they cough. So it's really cool. She was a neat girl, and she's loving being here. She has family. Obviously in Grand Bahama she stays with, so it was really great for her to be able to go to med school and be with family here in Freeport. I thought it was
wonderful.
great.
That's wonderful. Brother Cooper, are you there? Go ahead before Brother Cooper starts. Go ahead.
Quick things.
Go ahead.
We had we're kicking off our 70th celebrations of the Hawksbill Creek Agreement. That's featured in the planners in town, which is great. And our eyesore, I have to say, we were very, what did they say? The pen is mightier than the sword. We wrote about the wall that had been knocked down by someone and not repaired, and it got repaired, so we're very happy about that.
Okay, super. Mr. Producer, is this Darren?
Yes, this is Darren.
Okay, Darren, let's take this call. Before I let you talk, now let's take this call, and then we'll get you on. Call you on there.
Hey,
no problem.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. What's up?
Great, man. Great. I had to listen to the show and your guest.
Okay.
I want to make just one little interjection right there with those fire trucks.
Okay.
It's a waste of time spending money trying to repair them.
Fair enough.
Because those trucks are under salt water.
Okay.
Completely submerged. They will never get them back running properly.
Okay. Sarah did say that they were damaged by Dorian, so they really just need to dump.
Under salt water.
Okay.
They just need to scrap those and try to get a few maybe good used ones. But
okay.
Do not. They spend any money on those trucks now, that's a loss.
Waste of money.
Loss.
Fair enough.
They'll never get them.
Okay.
I'm talking from 45 years experience in those things.
Fair enough.
That makes a lot of sense.
Thank you so much. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that. Thank you, my brother. Darren.
Hey, what's happening?
How you doing, my brother? All is well?
Good.
But I want to read, while you on, I was waiting on you to come before I read this text. We've been given a biased name and pedigree before. Then they walked away. What indicates that this is different? That's a text. And then another text, I'll just get it in. Hey, Pearlie, why play Jamaican music? We are Bahamian. Please play Bahamian music. And that's a little above my pay grade. Naughty picked those songs, so I'll have a conversation with him. Okay, Texter? I appreciate that, though. So, Darren.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sarah says the hotels are full, the Airbnbs are full, the island is booming.
Well, I mean, I have been inundated with texts and calls as relates to the statement made by the DPM. And many persons, taxi drivers, straw vendors, small business owners are really trying to wonder what Grand Bahama was the DPM actually talking about. I didn't bother to make a comment or even did a post about it because I just won't waste my time to even acknowledge the foolishness that this government seeks or wishes to paint to us, because the reality of it is we live in Grand Bahama. They visit Grand Bahama. And so for a statement like that to be made, at the time when he probably would have inquired from the hotel across the road about occupancy, would have been probably from the PLPs that came in for whatever they would have had. And the reason that Alukai was not fully occupied to capacity, probably because, rooms were really not up to par and up to standard. But, I think government needs to be careful of their statements. It's a rather insulting to Grand Bahamians. One PLP, and I know him to be a general of the party, said he could not believe sitting in that room to hear his DPM say what he said. He got up and he left, he said. And I believe he did. Okay. And so even the PLPs some of them didn't believe it. And those who were gullible enough to just accept whatever their party says is shame on them. I have a sister who is a PLP. I have a sister who is a big time in the PLP. And I sent her a comment. And I said, are you sitting? And I saw her on TV. I said, are you sitting under such foolishness? And her reply to me, no comments. You know, so it is insulting that the Prime Minister says that the F&M could not do or could not sell the hotel in 2 years. And every time you hear them talk about the hotel, they're nearing completion. This completion was nearing from August of last year.
Well, actually, 3.5 years if you really want to get technical. 3.5 years if you really want to get technical.
3.5, correct. And every time we hear is some empty promises.
But in talking to Sarah earlier, she said that I'm hearing from another media house that there's a company has been identified out of Miami that has been acquiring and developing hotels in the hundreds of millions of dollar range, and they are the ones that are coming in.
Well, Electra America was a hotel with all this money they talk about, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't want to hear the talks.
I want to see
the reality.
Yeah.
You understand? And guess what, Dwight? The reality.
I'm the better looking one. This Pearly, the white is little slimmer guy, little younger guy. I'm the bigger guy and the little better looking one. Okay, let's get that one right.
Sorry, the reality of it is this: a sale of Alukaya cannot be in foresight if there's no layout and design or announcement of an airport. Who is going to purchase this property, and we have no sight or no understanding of what will happen with the airport? The government said that they would give us an airport, and we still talking 3.5 years later about an airport. No actual layout of design. We talked about a demolishing old international terminal that's now been halted, that we've lost thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the start of demo of this building. Like, at what point do you stop taking us for count and understand that we are real Bahamians in a real Bahamas trying to live and navigate through what's supposed to be a ease of doing business economy? A government who says in opposition, we would attend to your concerns, we would address your concerns, but came into government and made it even tighter for business to function. You don't care about us. And the reality of it is, this government, it's clear what Fred Mitchell said. We need a second term to complete what we started. No, we need a second term to continue to tick off of their bucket list on places they need to travel and places they need to do and accomplishments that they want to achieve for their personal life before they demit office. That's what they need.
I don't think they've been Brazil yet or Australia yet. So I think they still got those couple of trips to make. Where's the next Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting? I was being facetious there, but forgive me, I was being facetious. Let's just take before we go on. Let's just take this call. Call you on the air.
So you can ask Darren.
No, I know I can't ask Darren.
Please, yeah, but ask Darren. I am very positive about the island, seeing that it needs its growth. I'm not saying we don't need this hotel situation resolved. We do. And I would ask Darren, who would know, because he is in that business, has he seen a growth in rentals with things picking up from both Airbnb guests, the shipyard as well, or where is he seeing his business increase?
Darren, hold that thought. Let's hold that thought. Let's take this caller, then I can let you answer that question. Caller, you on there.
Good afternoon, Pearly.
Yes, sir.
And good afternoon to both your guests. Hello?
What's up, my brother? I can hear you.
Good afternoon, yes.
Okay, wonderful. I won't have your male co-host, Pearly, likening us to no conch. Because conch is a wonderful Bahamian aphrodisiac and all of that good stuff.
Delicacy, yes.
A delicacy,
no,
yes.
Call it, in order for you to cook conch good, you got to beat it. So I classify it as if conch should get beat.
Beating is all of the good process. What we are, and what they did the other night, the Progressive Liberal Party over there in Freeport, was they beat us down to D, E, and F average, and they breeding donkeys. And that's who attended that thing. The Bahamian donkeys.
If you're from Inago, when you're talking about donkey like that, you know.
Well, you ain't want to fool with them by a donkey in Inago because you get kick or bite. I know about them too.
They come to your window and say good morning, though.
But Pearly, I don't understand what kind of atmosphere our politicians come in, especially the last two that have been in Freeport, because I have a friend that was privy to one of the meetings last year with one of the prospective buyers, right? And we bought the hotel for $65 for X amount of dollars. Now, the second prospective buyer offered the government of Bahamas almost double what they was asking for. But the government would not budge, and the prospective buyer got up and walked away from the table. That's why they really is. That's why I can't see them telling Freeport people that a deal so close. I can't see them doing that. They are kind of, if when they negotiate in a bubble like what Michael Jackson used to live in, and nobody knows what's going on. And that's basically what I call to say one last thing, Freddie, I need you to do for me. The world is listening to us. Find out from the prison if the lady friend, please come here. I ain't a case, but I can say something and take gloves off. Find out if the lady prison inmates if they not in bucket two place. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh boy, I'll find out. Oh boy. Thanks for calling. I'll find out when we talk about that another time. But Darren, back to Sarah's question. Are you seeing an increase? And are people that you know in the industry, the car rental industry, the Airbnb industry, restaurants, are they seeing an increase in sales? Are they getting more business?
Well, based on what I am sitting down right now as we speak, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 cars out of 28 cars parked up in my yard right now. And they was here all last week and they're here again this week. So I don't understand what economy they're talking about.
Okay.
No, Darren, that's me.
Now Sarah, all due respect,
They did say a booming Grand Bahama.
No, I did ask her.
I've not felt it.
I did ask her. I said, the Deputy Prime Minister say Grand Bahama booming. And Sarah said that you have a lot of shipyard workers coming in. You got the Canadian, what do you call them? The snow bears, the snow bunnies, the snowbirds are coming in. And, then you've got
Airbnbs are full.
The Airbnbs are full, and the hotel is full. Pelican Bay is full.
If it's going down to Darren and if he's seeing it, but it doesn't sound like he is.
Not experience it. I had a very busy December, and the start of January, things went back to normal. I don't even see much big furloughs going on now because we used to bank on state furloughs going on in Grand Bahama to be able to get some business, but no. In the rental industry, if I waiting on that to feed my family, that ain't happening.
Well, I would,
Not here in Grand Bahama.
and I didn't want to challenge Sarah. I didn't want to challenge you, Sarah, because I'm saying, you've got the ship workers coming in, but if they're working day and nights, yes, they may eat in restaurants or cook in the Airbnb, but are you seeing the residual income coming in, like rental, a lot of renting, like Darren, renting cars? Going down into the straw market, spending money is the Lucayan, what the area called with all the shops in Lucaya is? I forget the name of it.
Port Lucaya Market.
Port Lucaya, is people, because I saw a video that it was like ghost town.
Pearly, the reality of it is, yes, these industrial companies are bringing in workers. But these industrial companies are busing their workers to and from their living residence.
Okay.
These industrial workers are not going to our restaurants. They're not going to our fast foods. They're going to our food store, and they're being housed in whatever facility that these industrial companies would get for them.
Okay.
But to say the small man trickle down to the downtown stores, to the Port Lucaya stores, to the straw vendors, no. It's not trickling down. It's not. To even down to our cruise ship passengers that are coming to Grand Bahama, that are in the thousands. Some days you got 3,000 cruise ship passengers at our port. But again, it's not a trickle down to even the vendors in Port Lucaya. If you're not at one of the Pirates Cove or the new Junkanoo Beach Club that just opened, if you're not to those locations, you're not embracing or feeling any of this wealth. The administration promised to open the boardwalk. We're now seeing where the hotel has the boardwalk where taxi drivers are parking on the boardwalk. So they're taking them in rather than dropping them to the main road for them to wander, taking them in to the hotel to the beach. The hotel is benefiting, and then they leave. So you know, you got this going on, but taxi drivers are going home some days with nothing. So I don't know the tourist numbers that are triple and double and quadruple and all that in Grand Bahama, and the record number breaking this and that. I don't see where it's at. And a lot of us do not feel it, because I was inundated with texts and calls from taxi drivers and from straw vendors and from small business owners saying, what Grand Bahama are we talking about that's booming that we're not feeling? People on 2 days, 3 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what's going on.
Well, we just about out. Go ahead.
The reality of it is it is not true in the statement as really. Now it could be true on the paper to say, hey, this is what's going on. But the reality of it is it's not trickling down.
We ain't feeling
it's
it.
Not.
They ain't feeling it.
No. Only people getting fat, Pearly, in Grand Bahama is PLP generals. Okay?
Wow.
That's the only people who barely getting big.
Okay.
Everybody else losing weight because they gone from steak now to noodles.
Wow. Be out of time, but Sarah, you got to say, and then Darren, I'll let you close up with the last say. What's going on? What you gonna say, Sarah?
No, it's a good point that Darren's saying. I mean, industrial wise, we're doing well. We're bringing in everything we need, and that's making those ends meet, and we're getting there. But if it's not trickling down to the people in the tourism industry, and it's not doing that, then that is our problem. And that's what we do need to resolve, and hence why we need the hotel situation to be sorted out ASAP.
Okay. If you wasn't getting the industrial workers, Grand Bahama would be belly up then. Darren?
100%. I think it saved us. Belly up, yeah.
Okay.
I want to say to the government of today, arrogance was the downfall of the previous administration.
Oh, yeah.
That was the fault and why they lose.
Yes.
And if this administration don't take their head out of arrogance and understand that it is people like Darren, it is people like Sarah, it is people like Pearly that makes a difference in helping the decision in how people make or mark their X. If they want to be the governing party in the next call election, arrogance can't be their plight.
Amen.
They have to humble themselves. If not, they will be watching from the outside, and they will not be the government that will be sworn in. And that was Darren Cooper. I said it.
Like they say on the street, dog will eat your lunch. Yeah. It's been a good time. Surely flies when you're having a great time, and I thank you so much. I thank you so much for calling in, and hopefully Naughty will be sick again next Tuesday so that I can come on and talk. No, we really don't. We don't want my brother sick. No, we don't want my brother sick. Not at all. That's a joke. But thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the callers, the text. Thanks, everybody. It's been a great 1 hour. When we get back, we're going to talk a little sports. No, I'm not going to give you my Super Bowl picks just yet. That'll be on Friday. But when we come back, we'll talk a little baseball. We'll talk what's going on with that Laker trade. Thank you so much. Cuban Willie's next. We'll be right after the news.
I'll never go where pagans go. Never do what heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guy.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of clothes every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Feeling lucky? Here's Cuban Willie's numerology report. Brought to you by the Island Game.
Wepa, soy Joe Cuban Willie, and it's time once again for my numerology report brought to you by the Island Game. And today is Tuesday, so you know I got the cuatro pelotas, the 4 balls for you. Today, 2, 1, 5, 6, 21, 56, 21, 56. That's your 4 ball. Bet it, set it, and forget it with the Island Game. Stay winning, my friends.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll never go in wrong combination. Boy. Rastaman a born pagan, so I'll never go where the pagans go.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Nassau Cruise Port, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Percy's Island Games, Pinder Tile, Prince Masters, and Tropical Gyros.
Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked.
And welcome back to Talking Heads Tuesday. It's Pearly in the house filling in for Naughty. Got a little medical issue. But it's so good to be here with you today, so early in the week. You know, I'm usually here on Thursdays, but it's great to be here. This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. We're right into the sports. Let's get right into today in sports history. Today is Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. In 1924, the first Olympic Winter Games opened in Chamonix, France. I think I pronounced that wrong. In 1932, the first Winter Olympic in the United States opened in Lake Placid, New York. The games were opened by New York Governor Franklin D. Roosevelt. In 1952, Jackie Robinson was named Director of Communications for NBC. He was the first black executive of a major radio TV network. In 1969, John Madden was named the head coach of the NFL Oakland Raiders, now known as the Las Vegas Raiders. In 1970, John Lennon and Yoko Ono gave a Michael X a bag of their cut hair in return for a pair of genuine Muhammad Ali boxing shorts. In 1973, the New York Islanders and the Buffalo Sabres played an entire game with no penalties called. In 1993, the Boston Celtics retired Larry Bird's number 33. In 1997, a civil jury in California found O.J. Simpson liable in the death of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Goldman's parents were awarded $8.5 million in compensatory damages. Why am I not pronouncing that properly today? Please forgive me. Debbie, do not call and round me. In 1997, Mario Lemieux of the Pittsburgh Penguins scored his 600th National Hockey League NHL goal during his 719th game. Lemieux reached the milestone second fastest in history. Gretzky had reached the plateau during his 718th game. In 2001, Jimmy Buffett was ordered by NBA referee John Forte to give up his courtside seats due to the use of profanity. After a several-minute delay, the game between the Miami Heat and the visiting New York Knicks continued. In 2002, Minnesota's Supreme Court with the Minnesota Twins and an injunction that would have forced the Twins to fulfill their lease in the Metrodome. And in 2003, Jaromir Jagr of the Washington Capitals scored his 500th career goal. He also got his 11th career hat trick of the game. Now, I pronounce that foreign name a lot quicker than I pronounce another word. Can you believe that? And the sports quote of the day: the day you take complete responsibility for yourself, the day you stop making any excuses, that's the day you start on top. Ironically, it's by O.J. Simpson. Can you believe it? Boy, so good to be here with you. Please forgive me. Hey, what's going on in the home front? Brought to you by Burger King. Giants, Falcons battle for the pennant. SJC thrashes Princeville. 4 teams end season with 10-2 record. Boy, they really do suck bad this year. Interesting. Bowleg addresses safety concerns regarding SOE. And BLTA chooses Russell for level 2 coaching certification. That's going on in the home front. Who's in and who's out by Tropical Gyros. The talk still is Luka to the Lakers, AD to the Mavericks. Who won? And I'm seeing the sportscasters, the Stephen A. Smiths, the ESPN crew, thinking it would be the number 1 seed at the end of the season. Now, they're in 9th place. He said they're going to jump 12 games and go all the way to the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and by the time the playoffs start in April. That I would like to see. Like we said yesterday, the Lakers did not win this trade today. They won this trade tomorrow. And I don't mean tomorrow as in Wednesday. I mean tomorrow as in the future for the Lakers. And I think you will see that a lot of people may say, oh, Dallas win, Dallas look good, Dallas this, Dallas that, that was a dumb trade by the Lakers. Was it really? Do you really think that the Lakers made a bad trade getting Luka and giving up AD, giving up the 31-year-old AD for the 25-year-old Luka, even though they say he has some weight issues, he has the conditioning issues. But Dallas did go to the NBA Finals last year, losing to a much better Boston Celtic team. I don't give all that loss to him. So I don't know. I think this is a wait-and-see game when it comes to this trade. And I think at the end of the season, you may think that Dallas won the trade, and it will look like that, probably. But you never know. Luka may come, and then the Lakers may go off. I don't think the trades are finished. I think something else is to come. I think we'll see some other things to come, so I wouldn't say that it's done finished. There's a few more days before the trade deadline. So I would because we don't know what to expect, you know. We'll see. AD was shocked by the trade. There's some letter going around that AD wrote. I don't believe AD wrote that. I believe somebody just put that out because some of the things he said was kind of kicking at LeBron. I mean, maybe not he wrote it and sent it out, or maybe Pearlie could have written that and sent it out. But the bottom line is, I don't know if AD, he was shocked by the trade. I see that the Mavs are going to make another move to get Caleb Martin. I don't know, I don't know how good a deal would that be, but that make them even better? Probably so. That'll probably put them in as a favorite for the Western Conference. But we know that more trades, I shouldn't say we know. We feel that more trades to come. We feel that the Lakers probably will pull something else off. They do need a big man. Maybe LeBron is gone. You never know. Maybe they'll just trade LeBron because he'll have to say, okay, he'll have to give up what you call this no-trade clause. So we'll see. Callie on there. How you doing?
Paulie, what's up? St. Petersburg.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
Hey, but check it out. I tell people that call that move they make, that's for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You know, that's for the future. That's just the business of basketball.
Yeah.
The Lakers is a team. They're always gonna be a winning franchise. They might win the championship, but they know how to get the big players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I believe, you know, like if Luka get with LeBron could teach him how to get his body in shape. You know what I'm saying? Because you know he's a specimen.
I mean,
you know
credit due. He's a workout fanatic. Yes.
Yeah. He's a workout zoo. You know, he's a gym rat.
Yeah.
But like I said, that trade is for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then honest, it's going to bring people to the stadium. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Everybody's going to make money, man.
Of the sport. The business of the sport, yeah.
Business of the sport. Everybody going to eat, man.
Yeah.
25 years, man. He can be competitive for another 10 years, man.
At least that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man, yeah. So all these haters, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, people hate LeBron so much. Like I said, not that man. From the time he came into the league, he had to prove to everybody he was wrong. He was that good, man. You know what I'm saying? But his time, Father Time catching up with him. You know what I'm saying? So he on his way up, and I think it's a great move, man.
Okay. You'll see. I mean, like I say, time will tell. I mean, actually, you look at it, the Lakers do have a legitimate 3-point shooter now. A real, you just can't back off or tell him take the shot because he will hurt you. So.
Oh yeah.
That's a good thing, you know. The brother can shoot. The guy can shoot the basketball.
He can, man. He's a shoot, man. What's one thing with them European guys, man? They light it up on you, boy.
And he's a 6-7 point guard, so he can pass the ball. You know, he's I mean, about a 28 and 5 a night. You know, give you 28 and 5 assists a night. That's what you want from your point guard.
Man, listen to me. If he drop a few pounds and get in shape, man can be unstoppable. They call him the reincarnation of Larry Bird, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, the video I was playing yesterday didn't look too fat to me. He looked like he had lost some weight.
That man, that's what they said. That man that's an oversized man. You know what I'm saying?
So we'll
He's
see.
an oversized man, but they want him slim down a bit. Hey, trust me, he gonna make it. He gonna be good. They'll be talking about him for the next 10, 15 years.
And we will look at it. Will this be another trade like the Lakers trading for Will Chamberlain from the Sixers, trading for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from the Milwaukee Bucks, making the move to get Shaq, making the move to get Pau Gasol, making the move.
That franchise always make big blockbuster deals, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the history, man.
So we'll see. Time will tell. Only can wait and see what happens. They said that he probably will play on Saturday night. So he won't play tonight. So he'll probably play Saturday night, and we'll see what goes down. We'll see what happens.
Hey, I wonder what his jersey sells up right now. You know, it's in the millions of dollars right now.
It'll be interesting to see how his jersey sales go because a lot of people can get his jersey. You know that.
Oh, heck yeah. I got to retire my Anthony Davis jersey, man.
You know what? I almost got one, but I didn't get one.
Man.
So I'm happy I didn't.
Man, I'm gonna frame that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it might be something later on.
Maybe I'll get a Luka jersey. You never know. We'll see. I mean, I got a Kobe jersey. I got a Kareem jersey.
Shit. I got a Magic jersey too, boy. What you talking about? That's a classic there, boy. What you talking about?
Time will tell.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Time will tell. All right, man.
So how's the traffic? How's the traffic coming over that bridge?
Man, I've been off the bridge. I tried to get over 3:30, man. That traffic over there is stupid, man. Stupid people over there, man.
All right, but you just be safe.
It's crazy.
You be safe out there, my brother. Drive safe. Take care.
Be good.
All right.
Peace, Bahamas. Peace, Bahamas.
I always look forward to St. Petersburg calling. I really got to find out his real name. I've been calling him St. Petersburg from day one, Naughty and I. But he did make some sense in what he's saying. It is the business of the sport. It is the business of the sport. So while people get the emotions in, and I mean, I can talk your business, Naughty. Naughty was upset Sunday. I ain't no longer Laker. I don't know. But after you sit down and you really think about it, it is the business of the sport. It is who's going to get. They're in there to win games, but they're also in there to make a profit. So when those owners put up the millions and millions of dollars, they're looking to get the stadium full or the gym full. They're looking to get a lot of people in there. They're looking for people to buy concessions, beers, sodas, hot dogs, stuff like that. They're looking for people to buy merchandise. They're looking for people. So they're looking to make money off these players. That's why I never have a problem with paying the players. Because without the players, nobody's going to come in the stadium. Now, let's say LeBron retires at the end of the season. You really think people coming to the Staples Center? I keep calling it the Staples Center. Do you really think they're going to come in there to see AD? While he has a following, while people like him, you really think he's the draw? Or will people come in there to see Luka? I think people will be more inclined to want to see Luka. They would be more inclined to want pass. He's electrifying. He ain't fancy. He ain't gonna put the ball between his leg and like that, but he can give you points. He can find an open man. That's up to you to hit the bucket. Now the concern that I have is Luka has to have the ball in his hand, and LeBron has to have the ball in his hand. Whose team is it? Is it still LeBron's team or is it now Luka's team? I want to know what y'all think about that. I know what I think. I'm not a LeBron fan. Understand me. I'm a Laker. I don't pull for the player other than Kobe and Magic. I pull for the team. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Burley. How you doing?
What's up, my brother? All is well.
Listen, I just wanted to call to find out something. I know it's in regards to sport and sports and yeah.
I'll try my best.
I know you always have these young men in your studio flag football.
Yes, Bahamas Youth Flag Football, yeah.
Yeah, they're high school.
They're primary school and high school kids, yeah.
Pardon me?
Primary school and high school.
Oh, primary school.
Yeah, they get this.
Do you have any idea of, do they have any flag football?
They have the regular Bahamas Flag Football League. I'm not certain how you could conduct, but the Bahamas Youth Flag Football League are for the kids up to 17 years old. But they have the league where they have, and actually Coach Ine, she plays in the women's league. So I'll find out from her. I'll text her now and find out from her. And I will I'll say something about it before I leave the show.
I have a 19, I think he's gonna be 20, but just want him to be involved in something like that.
Yeah, they have a number of leagues, the Spartans and a number of teams. And they play down at the rugby fields out in Vinton.
Right.
And I think the season should be starting pretty soon. Okay. So I'll get the information from Coach Ine.
Okay, great. Thanks,
and I'll mention it on the air. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. Okay.
Right.
All right. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that. Solely do appreciate it. Yeah, they do have they do have the big league with the older folks. Call you on the air. How you doing?
Pearly, how are you?
Hey, my brother. I mean, I thought you was gonna wait till Friday to call, but I mean, I'm so happy to hear from you. What's happening?
No, man, this will be just like Christmas. Be calm down. Be calm down. Especially, we even ain't calling it Tree Pete no more. We calling it Chief Pete.
But you can't call it Tree Pete because Pat Riley own the rights to that. You got to pay him to say that.
Listen. Now, if you want to collect, he come to Nassau.
Yeah.
So now, if you want to meet me in the dog alley, and he can take it from me.
I'll let you know that Naughty had a show for Bahamas at Sunrise that I was supposed to go on with him, but I had some other things to do. So he's going to tell you on Friday who I picked to win. I'm not going to say yet, but who I picked to win. I'm not pulling for anybody, but it's who I picked to win the Super Bowl this weekend. So that'll be on the show Friday morning.
We know you to be a reasonably intelligent fellow.
I did go to SAC. I did go to SAC. Yes.
Yeah, notwithstanding that. Once your teams are not involved, you tend to be reasonably intelligent.
Yeah, I try to be. I try to be real, and I try to analyze it.
Yeah. So I say this with all love for Philly, right? All right. And I have nothing against Philly, nothing against Jalen. A bunch of my Bulldogs play for them and everything else, right? The only person I don't really like in that team is their coach. I think he's a bum.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But I've been saying it for years now, and I keep saying it, and I can keep saying it until I'm proven wrong. The NFL is like Game of Thrones. Okay?
Okay.
Don't mind what you see for the first 59 minutes of that episode. No matter how it happened, no matter what they say happened, you know what's going to happen in the last minute. Whoever got the biggest, baddest dragon can carry the throne. Okay?
Okay.
Mahomes is the biggest, baddest dragon.
I'll say I listened to Mahomes' interview yesterday and Travis Kelce's interview, and one of the things Travis said that standed out, he said there's only about one or two players that they was on that team and they played it for, and this offensive line is averaging 6'6", 380. It's a really big offensive line. They're big guys.
Yep.
They're a really different team. So he says he thinks it'll be a bigger challenge this time around.
Yeah. The other thing is, if you notice, what we've been doing is we have been starting faster.
Yes.
Okay? So we haven't been getting the 10 and 14 point deficit that we've gotten even in the years when we made the runs. we've been starting fast.
Okay.
Right? You might get a lead on us, but the only thing can be 1, 2, 3 points. It can be a little back and forth. That's the way we have really. That's the difference now with this offense. All right. I think you're going to see Mahomes spread the ball out. I think you're going to see Kelsey come up big and clutch in some clutch moments.
Okay.
I think you're going to see why Chris Jones is going. Chris Jones will cement his Hall of Fame status in this game.
Okay.
Like cement it. If you don't do nothing else, then retire. He will cement it. Okay.
Okay.
Because I mean you're going to see Kalafdis break out. You're going to see McDuffie really get up on Devontae Smith. All right. I suspect that AJ is going to get bracketed. All right.
Yeah, probably so.
But I'm not scared of Saquon. I'm not scared of Saquon. We have not allowed a 100-yard rusher in the playoffs in any of our runs.
Don't jinx it now, because you know when you say these things, that's when it does happen.
No. Listen to me. Certain things happen because they happen.
Okay.
Okay? So all I'm going to say is, the end of the day, right, you know, fellas, I was in the barbershop today. Fellas tell me putting me money on something. I'm not really gambling. That ain't my thing. But you have to understand what odds are for. Odds are made by the gambling houses to make money for them.
Yeah.
So if you don't put your money on the Eagles, that's fine. I'm sure all of them will go to bed smiling happy.
Okay.
Because everybody knows what's going to happen on Sunday.
1.5 minus 1.5.
Listen, anything can be that close.
Okay.
It ain't be that close.
Okay.
All right.
But make sure you call. We're gonna have a special Super Bowl show on Friday afternoon. Make sure you call in so you can tell us your score. We know who you say gonna win. But I want you to don't tell me today. I want you to tell me your score on Friday.
I may be on a plane that time.
Text.
So if I don't call in, you tell them. I say the score is going to be 29-24.
Okay. I'll tell you this much. I picked one team. I picked a particular team to score 24. I'll tell you which one that is on Friday.
Oh, don't worry, man. I can tell you that. But we win by 5.
Okay.
We win by 5.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So I guess you're saying that Mahomes will probably be the last one to hold the ball.
Well, no. I think the way I predicted, the defense gonna stop them on the drive.
Okay.
On the drive. And then the time he got to give me inconsequential, he just give me kneeling.
I love it. I love it.
Chris Jones is going to make his Hall of Fame. He's going to cement his statue in the Hall of Fame in this game.
Okay. And Mahomes is going to legitimately start the GOAT conversation.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, if we win again next year, and then Brock.
Well, hold on, you got to win this year first. What you mean win again next year? You got to win this year first.
I can say it now, so you don't say when I say it that I just making stuff up.
I got you.
Right.
When
we win again next year.
Okay, so 4 in a row.
Then Brock Bowers comes in and leaves the Raiders and comes to a real quarterback. All right. Then we're gonna have to start discussing not who's the GOAT. What we're gonna need to start coming up is a new name. Because Tom can be the GOAT, but you need something over that. So maybe unicorn. I don't know. Okay? Because you can't take away somebody's GOAT status. Right? All right? So maybe the Bombers, we call them Billy Goat, right? Good. All right? So a ram is bigger than a goat. Maybe Mahomes is the ram. Right? I don't know.
I really need some Eagle fans to call in. I got one good friend, Bishop Gregory Minnis, who's a diehard Eagle fan, and he's been rubbing it into me every day.
I have never rubbed it into the Eagles fans. One of my best friends, Sean Ennis.
Yeah, I know Sean very well. Yes.
Sean been an Eagles fan.
That's right.
Sean
yes.
Eagles gear.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, but because that's my boy.
Sean the Dapper Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah, but Sunday. And guess what? Lord help them on Monday. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I can tell you right now, I ain't have no voice Monday. I can have to text them. But Tuesday, my melodious.
If we don't talk to you on Friday, please have a safe trip. Okay?
If I can, I will try to call
you going to the Super Bowl?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be in Tallahassee on Sunday.
Okay.
Doing a pharmacy lecture for some folks. So,
okay.
So I'm gonna you know, I still got to do my work. You know,
Yeah.
But I will. So my choice was to drive to New Orleans or fly back to Miami and watch the game because I ain't trusting Bahamas there. Try to get me home.
I gotcha.
Okay.
I gotcha.
I can't go to New Orleans again because I was there for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I still traumatized from that.
I can imagine so. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
I know.
I think I can stay away from New Orleans for a year or two.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Right. But I'm sure it'll be pretty safe this time. They're gonna probably quadruple the security and everything.
You can't get nowhere near it, and ticket prices right now are in the 5 figures.
Yeah.
So
the
last time I saw one was at $16,000.
Wow. You know, I have you ever been to a Super Bowl game?
I've actually attended the Super Bowl with the Rams and the Titans.
Okay.
The Steve McNair one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I went to the Pittsburgh Steelers Dallas Cowboys in 1976 in the Orange Bowl. Yeah. And I was on the 50-yard line, 10 rows up.
Yeah. I've tried to go to one or two with the Chiefs. Ticket prices starting at $15,000 for the row before the last in the stadium.
I can imagine so.
If I had that kind of money, you know, if I had you and Naughty kind of money,
I wish.
I'm a simple government, a simple civil servant. All right? If you ever find that I spend $15,000 on a ticket, you call the police.
I think it ought to spend $15,000 on a car. You talking about a ticket?
Listen. So yeah, I'm gonna.
But before you go, I prefer to watch the game on TV, and for two reasons: A, you better get a better perspective. But I also think the commercials are super, and I had to be some good ones this year.
I have not seen a single commercial in any Super Bowl that the Chiefs have been.
I gotcha.
I'm too nervous. The minute the game's up, I'm walking outside.
Oh,
I'm walking around. I'm doing something.
I can imagine.
I can't sit still. I haven't seen a Super Bowl show at all.
All right. All right, brother. Take care. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Yes, take care, man.
All right. Caller, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break, and we can come back. We'll take this caller? You take this caller quick, and then we go to break. Call you on there. How you doing?
Boy, you owe me a lot time myself on.
What's up, brother?
Man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Mr. Yankee? Talk show for the year, basically.
Yeah.
Listen. Listen. You talking about, you trying to be facetious. Listen. That team is now, that is the focus of the team. LeBron could literally retire now.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's what, they already showed him the door. You want to see that?
Yep. Hopefully, I won't say them letters they say, but I can't say that on radio.
If he ain't seen through that, then something wrong with his head. And I know he's a smart guy.
Well, maybe so. Maybe he'll give up maybe he will waive his no trade clause, and maybe the Lakers will make a move and send him to the Knicks or send him to the Warriors this week.
Yeah, man, because there's no way the franchise is going to go and get a 25-year player, and you are 40 years and over, and think that you can be the face of the Lakers. Really?
Yeah.
No, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, take care, man.
Thanks for calling. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this time. LeBron out this time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
This one over.
All right, my brother. Thanks for calling. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get into the picks. We got a nice little... Colin Cowherd is going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl and give you a little insight on his pick on his take on the Lakers trade, how shocked he is about it. So we'll hear from him in the final 10. But we'll take a quick break. This is Pearly on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Talking Heads Tuesday and here for Naughty today. Let's take this quick break. When we get back, we'll talk about the picks and one or two other things.
Cause now is not the time to sleep or turn the other cheek. Are the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak? Whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff for your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Everything is bigger and better at Burger King Nassau when you have a big appetizer
right? BK has a royal deal for you. Get a flame-grilled double Big King Jr. or an original chicken sandwich, plus 4 chicken nuggets, small fries, a drink, and a fresh baked cookie for only $9.95, including that. The royal deal was built for a big appetite, and at $9.95, including that, it's a steal of a deal. Go big and enjoy the BK flavors you love with the $9.95 royal deal at Burger King Nassau.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation. Boy. Rastaman are born pagan, so I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what they daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie, I trust and obey. Rasta words of his substance. I'll never go where the pagans go.
And welcome back to Talking Heads on a Tuesday afternoon here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Before we get into the caller who called in reference to senior flag football, if you call back and leave your number with my producer, I will link you up with a coach that is starting a team that may be perfect for a first-time player. So give me a shout back and just leave your number with my producer, and I will link you all too, so you guys can so your person could get in the league. That should be fun, and good luck on that. So Super Bowl Sunday is on its way. I don't know if I'm gonna. I usually go to a big Super Bowl party and watch it with a bunch of guys, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like just chilling and just watching this one, just with a couple of friends, one or two friends, and just sit down and some pizza or something like that, and maybe some conch salad and a couple of coolies, and just enjoy. I don't know. I'm leaning towards that. What do you think? I've been doing the Super Bowl parties for 30 years. And I was into planning them, and when they started out with 4 or 5 of us, and it grew to like 20, 30 of us, and then it grew to like 40, 50 of us. Then I've been going to some other Super Bowl parties, and but this year I don't know. I don't know if this age catching up with me or what, but I kind of thinking I just want an intimate game, intimate crew, and watch the game just like that, differently this year. And then I've been getting psyched by, watching Good Morning America and getting a little psych on some of these commercials that are coming out. Hellman's got a new commercial coming out. A couple others, but I'm looking forward to the new Budweiser commercial. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just chill and watch it this year. And for some reason, I just get into the commercials. Being a marketer and being into that business, I kind of want to just watch and see the creativity. I wasn't too impressed last year. For the last 2 years, I weren't too impressed with the commercials because I always look forward to them fantastic commercials, considering they spending like $5 million for a 30-second ad. Can you imagine that? You imagine as the salesman and it's traditionally get 15% commission on every ad you sell. You imagine getting 15% commission on a $5 million ad. I only need to sell one ad and they're good for the year. So it's going to be quite interesting to see some of the commercials. I don't know how many of you guys are into the commercials like I am. A lot of people watch the commercials. I think a lot of the ladies that come to the game, they're not too much into the game. They want to see the tush from the players and how they dress up in these anyway. And then they want to see the commercials. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But we could get into the picks and pretty soon. Baseball. I can't have a day without saying something but baseball. Next week Tuesday, in 1 week, pitchers and catchers are in. And then a week later, everybody's in. And then they start playing, by the end of the month, they start playing preseason games. They don't call it preseason, spring training games. So I look forward to baseball. I'm excited about it. I don't care if you're going to get mad at me talking about it. I can't wait. If my Dodgers stay healthy, well, the Yankees owner, Steinbrenner, I can't the son. Oh, I don't think they're going to be all that good if they don't stay healthy. Brother, the Dodgers pitching lineup was hurt last year. The bullpen won the World Series for the Dodgers last year, and the bullpen that much better this year. And the starting pitching is better this year. So, but it all comes down to who stays healthy. It all comes down to if they can keep the team healthy. And if they keep the team healthy, if that team stays healthy, they'll be unstoppable. That Dodger team will be unstoppable. And the way that what the Yankees have done, there could be a repeat of the Dodgers-Yankee World Series with the same results. The same exact results. Yeah, I said it. Yep, Pearly said it. Yeah, Sanzi. Yeah, Naughty, I said it. But I look forward to it. I really look forward to baseball starting next week, watching the spring preseason, the spring training games, watching the spring training workouts. Soon as the Super Bowl is finished this week, they get by the end of I think this month or early next month, you got the combines, which means that all the college players come and they do the 40-yard dash, they do all the jumps, all that stuff, and you get a better insight on what the players look like. And then free agency starts. Then you get then the NBA finals are coming up. March Madness is coming up next month. VJ Edgecombe got hurt yesterday. I don't think it's a major hurt. VJ Edgecombe, the Behemoth that plays for Baylor University. I don't think it's a major hurt. I've been trying to find out some information on it today. I didn't. I'll probably find out something about it tonight. But I understand it's not a major injury. So we wish him well and hope he gets better quick. But so it's some exciting things happening in sports. You got Super Bowl this week. Then you got baseball spring training starts. Then you get moved right into the conference playoffs, the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC playoffs. Then you get right into March Madness, the NCAA tournament. Then the WNBA is coming right behind that. Then baseball starts in April. Then you got, oh man, this is going to be great. Then the NBA playoffs in April, May, June. This is going to be great. And then we get right back into the baseball, heats up in the summer. And then you get right at the end of the summer, and then you got the World Series, and then the NFL starts right back. Sports is a good thing to get into. It's a good thing to watch. All right, let's get to the picks. Let's see here now. We've got the Dallas Mavericks at the Sixers. Sixers are 4.5-point favorites. $8, so that's probably why. I'll go, you know what? I'll take the Sixers in the money line. I don't trust the spread. Boston Celtics, 1.5 at Cleveland. Boston, you don't know which Boston comes. 1 minute they playing super basketball, 1 minute they playing lackluster. But I'll take Boston in the money line. Houston Rockets, 9.5 over the Nets. I like the Rockets with the spread. I'll take the 9.5 for the Rockets. New York Knicks, who look pretty good last game, considering they lost to the Lakers and came back and had an exciting game. I think that was yesterday. Was that yesterday? When they played, was that yesterday? I think that was on the day before that, when they got really off. I think that was the day. No, that was yesterday with them and the Rockets. It was a really, really good game. It was back and forth, exciting game, and they won by 6 points. I like what they're doing. I'll take them in the 5.5 over the Raptors tonight. We've got the Miami Heat at the Chicago Bulls. Miami 3.5. Muff. Oh, Muff. I like your Heat tonight. And I'm going to even be bold enough, and I'm going to take the Heat and the points tonight. Everybody beat up on the Bulls. And if y'all don't beat the Bulls tonight, something wrong. And then we got the Indiana Pacers, 4.5 at the Portland Trailblazers. That should be a really, really good game. I like the Pacers. And you know what? I'll take the Pacers in the 4.5. And then the last game tonight, 10 o'clock, my Los Angeles Lakers at the LA Clippers, really at the same stadium. It's just, just different uniform colors. The Clippers are 8.5. I like the Clippers on the money line. I'll either take the Clippers on the money line or I'll take the Lakers in the plus 8.5. I think the Lakers got something. They'll come out and play free-spirited today, and they'll just play. I don't think they can beat the Clippers without Luka tonight. So I like the Clippers to win. And there you got it. There you have it. It's been a super-duper, apple-looper day. So excited to be here with you today. Naughty, hope you feel better soon. I hope everything goes well with you. He'll be back tomorrow, him and MJ tomorrow. And then I'll be back on Thursday. Take care of yourselves. Drive safe. Oh, just before I go, please, soon as the light turns green, you ain't got to toot your horn. The people can pull off. Stop tooting your horn. this morning. A car, 10 cars back, tooting the horn so the light turning green. Give people a chance, please. Anyway, take care. This has been Pearly, filling in for Naughty. Guardian Radio 96.9 and Talking Heads Tuesday. Please be safe. See you soon.
Time to sleep or turn the other cheek. Cause the wicked in a Babylon stew ya if you're weak. Whoa, please my cause, oh Jah, and let me stand firm when the wicked rise against the eye. And order my steps, oh Jah, the way is dark and
NRG is nutrition. Check out our world-famous smoothies, signature quinoa dishes. We have the best salad and breakfast fit for a king and his queen. Open for breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. Each order is made with love and the highest quality ingredients and is nutritionally balanced. Visit any of our 3 locations. Old Fort Bay, open until 7th Road in the Monrose Complex. Open until 4 p.m. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at NRG Bahamas. NRG, nutrition ready to go.
I've been up at Penda and I meet him in the showroom. I said, Penda, I just come out of a showroom in Portugal and let me tell you something, them showroom and selection ain't got nothing on yours. Man, I like this stock of porcelain and ceramic tile you got here. What I really like is the range of sizes that come in, 8x48, 12x24, 24x24, and what I really like more than the things I really like is the price. From $275 a square foot to $494 a square foot and all in between. You can't beat that, not even with a 2x4 from Enterprises.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
The KFC chicken experts have done it again with the new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich, featuring a large 100% premium 120-gram white meat filet, topped with cheddar cheese, smoky bacon, lettuce, tomato, and tangy red onions, all drizzled with ranch sauce and served on a toasted brioche bun. Choose original recipe or spicy, but don't wait. This mouth-watering masterpiece is only here for a limited time and only at your favorite KFC. The new Kentucky Mesquite Chicken Sandwich at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty, hosted by Earl the Pearl. On Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Yeah. I'll never go in wrong congregation.
You had a lot of people saying interesting stuff. You guys know how that Super Bowl media night works. It's a big scene. I saw Pete Schrager walking around with the microphone. I saw Jameis Winston working for Fox, doing some stuff with our digital side. It was all fun. And I did see one interesting thing from Pat Mahomes that we're going to start the show with. And I want to just talk quickly at large dynasties, okay? Yes, I could not dynasty. You guys know that. I'm a Jets fan. But it wasn't just me that didn't like the Patriots. They were disliked around the league. Fans everywhere. Nobody liked them. Come on, how could you like a franchise that had an ornery coach? You know, Bill Belichick. Initially, people liked him, right? He got run off in Cleveland. He did make the playoffs there, but then he got run off, and it was like, oh, Belichick. Oh, that's a great story. Bill Belichick's back. And initially, people liked the Patriots. Tom Brady, a 6th-round pick, coming in for the number 1 pick, the Drew Bledsoe and his massive contract, and Brady's a great underdog story. People loved the Patriots initially. Then they got dominant. The dynasty started rolling, and everybody was out on the Patriots. I can't stand them. And then you toss in Spygate, which was a real thing, guys. You can look it up. You can deny, it was no big deal. Look it up. The facts are not great in Spygate. Then you had Deflategate, which was probably a little overblown. But at that point, people were so sick of the Patriots that they had become villains. Everybody nationwide rooted against the Patriots. It was Boston against the world, you know, and they kept the dynasty rolling. So enter the Kansas City Chiefs. And last night, Patrick Mahomes was asked, hey, man, you guys kind of are the villains now. And I'll get to that in a second. Listen, I have been vocal against the Chiefs on this show. I'm not a huge fan of this dynasty. However, I need to be honest with you guys. I'm going to keep it real. They're a likable team. Andy Reid. Who's more likable than Andy Reid? I mean, he looks like your neighbor. You're going on vacation. You go, hey, Andy, how you doing, bud? Hey, he's got this jolly look, the big mustache. Hey, I'm going on vacation. Do you think you could, take out my trash cans and then bring them back in? Oh, yeah, no problem, Jay. I got that. That's how those are the vibes he gives off, right? You've seen the memes of, the Kool-Aid Man and Andy Reid. He looks like Santa Claus. Who doesn't like Andy Reid? Bill Belichick was this curmudgeon. He was angry at the podium, just unfriendly, not chatty, but wore that ratty hoodie with the holes in it, joked about social media without trying to be funny. Never cracked a smile. Andy Reid, much more likable than Belichick. Now, Tom Brady, obviously very likable, cool guy. Ladies loved him. You wanted to be friends with him. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. And listen, I don't follow a ton of athletes on Instagram, but I follow Mahomes. He's a likable dude. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He seems like a normal guy, right? They're actually likable. So why are they villains? And again, I'm not calling them villains. I just don't really like their dominance. I'm ready for new teams. But if you watch how they play, they're a fun, good football team, right? They've got less fun since they lost Tyreek Hill, and they're a little less explosive. Teams started going to the 2 high safeties to take away the big plays, and then it's death by 7-yard Patrick Mahomes scrambles or Isaac Pacheco carries. The reason I'm out on them, and again, this is maybe just me, is this whole referee thing. They get, and again, I'm not saying it's rigged, they do get a lot of calls. Every pivotal play involving a Chiefs game, guys, no lie, you're watching, the play ends and you're looking around, where's the flag? Is there a flag? Oh, no flag. Wow. It just feels like on every pivotal 3rd or 4th down play, somehow it goes the Chiefs' way. And I know everybody wants to say, hey, that's they're buttoned up. And guys, every good team is buttoned up. Okay? They've had coaching changes like the rest of the league at offensive coordinator. They've had guys shuffling on the offensive line, the defense. They've had a lot of changes. And this whole villain label is interesting because I'm going to be honest with you. If the Eagles pull this off, as I think they will, are the Chiefs still villains or are they only villains if they win? I just think it's good food for thought, and I thought that was fascinating from Patrick Mahomes last night. All right, now I want to pivot to the NBA, kind of sort of obsessed with. So not to give you too much of a peek behind the curtain, but our morning meeting, they got all these stories that are percolating. I'll throw out an idea. People will bat around topics. Sometimes they agree, sometimes they don't. This one, oh man, I love this story. Okay. So we all know that the player empowerment era in the NBA has been going strong for 15-ish years. Quick history note, it didn't totally start with LeBron, although it kind of did. So LeBron, if you go back to, I believe it's 2006, beats up, or maybe 2007, beats the Detroit Pistons in that heroic series where he just goes nuclear, takes them down, gets the young Cavs to the finals. He basically, if you look at that Cavs roster, he dragged the equivalent of my men's basketball team to the finals. They get swept by the Spurs, but it was LeBron against the world. And Danny Ainge in Boston saw that and very quickly realized, ain't nobody stopping LeBron. He's too good. This guy's about to take over the league. So the Celtics went out and got their own super team. They built the first super team. Let's bring on Kevin Garnett. We already got Pierce. Let's bring on Ray Allen. They had their super team. They took down LeBron. So a couple years later, LeBron's like, shucks. Cavs can't build me a super team. I'm going to create my own super team. And he did that in Miami, ushering in the player empowerment era. And for about the last 15 years, NBA players around the league, hey, you know what? I kind of want to play with that superstar. Come on over. And hey, owner, I want the max deal. And then 5 minutes later, I want out of here. The players controlled the league. They ran everything. It was all players teaming up. Players calling the shots. The owners were kind of beholden to the superstars. It's a superstar league. A funny thing happened over the weekend, okay? Luka Doncic got traded. And the reaction, who the hell trades Luka Doncic? It can't just be because the GM and Michael Finley as assistant GM thought that Luka was fat and out of shape and didn't want to grind. You gotta run that by the owner. Right? You can't just trade Luka Doncic. And it really shook up the league. And 24 hours later, guess what? De'Aaron Fox, he got shipped to San Antonio. Zach LaVine, who apparently wasn't going to get traded anywhere, he goes to Sacramento. Owners, it's almost like they've had it. They've had it with the player empowerment era. And I'm sure you guys have seen that movie, Captain Phillips, right? It has Tom Hanks as he's like, the captain of a cargo liner. It gets overtaken by Somali pirates. And at one point in the movie, and you can go watch this on YouTube, they're like, who's the captain? And Tom Hanks is like, I'm the captain. This is my ship. And this guy goes, no, look me in my eyes. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain. It feels like the owners are looking their star players in the eye and saying, no more player empowerment. I'm running the show. This is my show. I'm the billionaire now. And if Luka Doncic can get traded, shucks, anybody can get traded. Anybody can get traded. And I'll get you to the big name who's starting to percolate now in a second. But I bring up this player empowerment stuff because one of the guys in the morning meeting said something I just totally forgot about. So last finals, and I get all these guys on social media saying, Jason, stop with the Karl Anthony Towns to New York. It's not happening. I've been saying this for like 3 years. We knew he wanted to go to New York. And this guy made like a friendly bet with me on social media. I bet you he doesn't get traded. Now they went to the conference finals. And I was like, I'll just stick with my prediction, even though they went to the conference finals. Folks, do we forget? Minnesota was in the conference finals and just traded away their second best player. Now, why is that? Well, you could say they're not a great fit, but they went to the conference finals. It's because the owner didn't want to pay that luxury tax that they were going to be in for because Karl Anthony Towns' salary and Gobert and Anthony Edwards. It's like, holy cow. They traded away Karl Anthony Towns. And that was kind of glossed over at the time. But Dallas, the real reason that's coming out that they didn't want to pay Luka Doncic, they traded him. They didn't want to pay him $345 million because it's tough to build around one guy making that much money. As a side note, NFL owners, take note, quarterbacks, they're headed in this direction. You know it's happening. We saw it with Dak Prescott. He got paid. How'd the Mavericks do? How'd the Cowboys, the Cancun Cowboys, as I'm told they're called now, how did they do? So just file that away, NFL. What's happening in the NBA is these owners are like, these salaries are out of control. We're not winning paying all these guys all the money. Let's go trade Luka Doncic. And I'll wrap up with this because this is the other here in the last 24 hours, and that's Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was in Brooklyn, said, get me the hell out of here. I'd like to go to Phoenix. Okay, yes, Kevin, we got you. We'll let you go to Phoenix. And Kevin Durant is now sitting in Phoenix. Everybody's waiting for Bradley Beal to get traded, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And as a result, Phoenix sitting 10th in the West, they could miss the playoffs, miss the play-in. And all of a sudden, we're starting to hear, everybody's calling about Kevin Durant. And you have to, if you're the young owner in Phoenix. How do we get better? We might have to trade Kevin Durant. We might have to get off our second best player because you know what? We can't miss the playoffs and pay a massive luxury tax bill because of the salaries. You guys remember when Ohtani went to the Dodgers? They paid all of the money. It was like, oh my God, how can they afford this? Kind of worked out well, didn't it? They won the World Series, merch sales through the roof, ticket sales spiking. They're printing money now, the Dodgers, by spending money. And I wonder, did the Lakers make this move? Hey, we are set up for the future, but we just got Luka, an international superstar that's going to open a gateway to Europe for us financially. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the reports. The Dallas Mavericks social media accounts were just hemorrhaging followers, tens of thousands. I saw a report, hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't know if it's official. They lost a lot of followers because they're out on, they traded Luka.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind